Michigan. No, it's done. You think they know our name?
You have to understand, like, I mean, you know, Michigan will play for 40 minutes. They're not going to take the possession off. They're going to try to make a statement on the boards. They'll come out and try to punch early.
Men's meet, number 5, Smith.
We want to force her left, but don't give her left. And she likes to reach, so when she reaches, we'll teach her, because she's foul prone. And she leads the team in steals also.
Very nice. Again, you're shooting, remember, you're shooting over 5.5, 5.6. So be confident in your shot. All right, these guys probably can't even block your shot if they wanted to. So just elevate and shoot your jump shot. So as we see, we can play with poise like Coach said. All right, what's today?
So every Thursday, before film on game days, we do a Throwback Thursday. And every week it's a different player. We don't know who it's going to be. When I was it was interesting because I sent pictures, but so did my mom. So there were several unexpected shots of when I was a little kid.
Ball bigger than you, ain't it? Who's that running out, closing out? Late on the closeout.
But it was also really cool just to see how far I've come and starting basketball from such a young age and how much I've grown, not just physically, but as a person.
All right, guys, we are ready to roll.
Okay, and down, because they're going to be hard heads. You here, it's back, and then, you know, drive in, what, you know, I mean, the big's going to stay hard, so it's got to be quick and in, okay? Okay, one more time, so you see it? Here, I got two minutes, Hard kick, yeah, good, nice job. Take this competitiveness out of Michigan, really nice job, all right?
We'll have study hall at 1 o'clock in the film room, and then pregame will be at 3.
I got all my homework done. Great job. 7.
Oh, really?
Take care of business tonight, guys.
Hey, family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family. I thought the game was at 4. I thought today the game was at 4. I'm so sorry.
You know the quote, the harder you work, the harder it is to surrender. The harder you work, the harder it is to surrender. And that's what you got to understand. Every single game that you get, every opportunity, every gift that you get to have, it's a mentality that there's no way you're going to be denied. Each and every single one of you brings dynamic things to the table for this team. And you have to understand, when you're prepared and when you're ready, you make us a dominant team. We got to be ready to play and compete. This is a really good team. You got to be ready to compete from the tip. They say they're the hardest working team in the country. Well, after this game, make sure you let them know, make sure you send a statement who the hardest working team in the country is. You know, I thought we were really ready to play from the tip with Michigan. You know, just our start, I mean, we came out, I think, 11-0, really set the tone. I thought we were very aggressive defensively, and then really offensively, I thought relentless in terms of our attacking mindset. And, you know, Michigan's a tremendous team. I mean, they can score the ball, they're very physical. They can, you know, obviously inside-outside attack. So just really proud of the fact that we were able to kind of build a lead, sustain it, and then be able to build it even more in the second half. You know, I thought in so many ways, you know, this team, again, continues to show just tremendous balance. I mean, when you talk about, you know, Shatori, you know, from the tip was ready to play offensively, defensively. You saw Lauren really take over in spurts within this game. I mean, just being really aggressive and attacking off the bounce. Lexi was our floor general. When we needed big assist, that's where she was, running, navigating the team, great defense, scoring the basketball for us. And then I thought Bree gave us a really dominant low post presence. So, you know, again, I mean, just our depth, I thought we were able to wear them out in the second half, and we've got to be able to continue to have this to be able to build upon.
You know, it was a good team win by us tonight. Michigan was a great opponent. They played strong, they played tough. You know, Gorey had a great game. Sierra stepped in, the point guard, and played well in the first half, but I think our girls did a great job of weathering the storm, playing physical, playing tough, great execution, and a lot of team energy to pull this win out on the road. It's something we definitely can build on. We got Iowa coming up next, who's gonna come with a lot of energy, you know, playing great basketball. But I think, you know, when you look at the balance of our team, Shatori having 20, Mincy having 24, Lexi in double digits with 8 assists and 2 steals and only 2 turnovers. Even the bench coming in producing. It was a real quality team win for us tonight, and it was a great team win overall that we can definitely carry momentum into the next game. I think, you know, the fact that we're 10-0 now in the conference, halfway there, I think for us it's really about maintaining the standard. You know, the Maryland standard of how we play, how we execute regardless of who the opponent is, regardless of who's standing across the court from us. We got to do what we do every possession and uphold the standards on defense and on the offensive end. And one of the main things is bringing energy early, whether we playing home on the road. And because when we play with a lot of energy, we play tough, we get second chance points, which sets up our defense and it sets up our tempo. So a lot of that is discipline on both ends and just making sure we uphold the standards that we preach every day in practice.
So this is what happened. I'm about to tell you what happened. We came out, right? This is when I knew it was gonna be a good game. Asia dunked, right? That's when I knew we was gonna have a good day.
I don't know, like, it was the end of shoot around, and I know like Kiera and Alexis, you know, everybody expects them because they're like super athletic. So they are always bouncing the ball up and trying to dunk or whatever. And I had just gotten done stuff with Katie, and I was just playing around. I just like ran up to the rim and just like effortlessly like jumped up and like grabbed it. So everybody was like, Asia, like, you need to try it because like you can get up there. And I was like, and I just took off, and then next thing you know, like I just dunked like the ball went in. And then it was kind of like everybody's reaction, like everybody froze for a minute and then started screaming. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm walking away. And then next thing you know, I get tackled, who I think is Kiera, because Kiera's strong as crap. But it was actually Bones, who is 120 pounds and I'm 180. And she comes over and tackles me. It was just, I don't know, it was just amazing. So much was going through my head. And it definitely, you know, gives me like a boost of confidence. Like, okay, like I can come back, like I'm getting a lot stronger. So it was definitely exciting.
You know, I grew up a Hawkeye fan. I couldn't be in this game, but you know, I lived 30 miles from there. You know, I attended all their games. I went to their camps when I was a kid. I worked their camps as a counselor. So yeah, I have special pride in the fact that I'm from there and had a lot of people watching this game. But at the end of the day, when you tip it up, it's Maryland versus Iowa. It's competitiveness. I have the utmost respect for Lisa Bluder and her staff. You know, I've said this is one of her best teams that I've seen in a long time, and they're just so good. They're so talented. Next one. Just a tremendous game. When you talk about two of the best teams right now in the league, I mean, you know, back and forth, and really no one deserved to lose that game. I mean, just a great game of basketball.
Stay down, communicate, White, communicate.
We started a little slow, obviously, but I thought, you know, to keep our poise and our composure, especially to get it where we were only down 1 1/2, and obviously made an effort to be able to go into Bree in the second half. I thought she was sensational. Our guards did a phenomenal job getting her to catch to finishes.
Personally, I just had to work harder to get open and present myself to be open to my teammates, and I think that was the major change that I made in the second half.
Yeah, you know what I love about our team is I feel like we learn a team within the game. I mean, this team is really high IQ, and so I knew once we kind of figured, you know, it took some lapses in the first half, but really locked in the second half. I mean, in terms of Dixon and what a tremendous player, and Logic is so hard to defend and knows where everyone is on our team and how to attack us when we're in foul trouble. So did a phenomenal job, I thought, in terms of trying to make them have to take some tough threes. Kiera, again, was sensational. She comes in and gives us 6 boards. You know, that's someone who hasn't played a lot and was ready when her number was called. The run we made, you know, Lexi's season high with 26, Big Shot Brown down the stretch in terms of the confidence that she had, the big steal at the end. Just that kind of energy from the team is what it was going to take, and just a really solid win. They what? Yeah, they're a really good team.
Really make sure that no one knows that I'm maybe freaking out on the inside. I mean, I wouldn't say I was freaking out on the inside, but I mean, if I ever am, like, I don't want anybody to ever know. But I mean, the main goal is to get the best shot possible, and in this game, it happened to be my layup. But there has been so many times where the best shot is, you know, a dump down or a kick out. So I mean, just taking the opportunities that present themselves.
All right, a couple awards. All right, let's start with the glue of this young lady. All right, came in the game, 7 points, 6 boards, played awesome, tough defense on Logic. Kiera Leslie. Well, you know, I was really fortunate to be able to have a close friend in the area who, you know, gave us the creativity behind the idea and just kind of really wanting to instill more fun. So our staff came up with different awards that we want to use after each game. Home, road games, win, lose, it doesn't matter.
There's like the glue player, who's a player that holds everybody together, the hammer, who just worked hard and laid the hammer down on everybody.
We had co-chargers of the game. We had Lauren Mincy, especially in the first half, 15 points, lockdown defense, and Brianna Jones, co-chargers.
We have hard hat players who just went to work and they just made all the tough plays that were necessary in the game.
Good job. Hit that. Got it?
There's Windex to clean the glass, like rebounding.
I think it's a great way for us to like take some of the pressure off of winning games, like, because we're expected to win games. So I think it just lets us like have that celebration moment where if we did win a big game, like it's like we get to celebrate.
No, they embraced it collectively. I loved it, and the fact that we could childlike have fun. You know, it's a cool thing to be able to recognize, you know, the hard work and efforts that every player puts on, whether they play a minute or doesn't, it doesn't matter. It's behind the scenes, the work that they put in, as well as what takes place in the game. So pretty cool to kind of, you know, just, you know, pinpoint just to recognize them. That's pretty cool when you talk about the bus and the group of people that we have that came out to support you guys. That's awesome, all right? Give them a good show, okay? A really good show. I thought we were really scrappy, really kind of tried to extend the game, you know, with the full court defense, and kind of, you know, got them into rush shots, you know, off of the press. So, and then off the misses, our transition got going, and I thought we were able to break open the game.
Brandon, how about Lexi's floor game today? 10 assists, 5 steals, and just 3 turnovers. You know, one of her better performances.
Yeah, you know, career high for her, and I thought, you know, she just did a tremendous job, you know, understanding who needed the ball, just attacking and making, you know, easy plays. And then I thought defensively, she gave us a lot in terms of getting tips to steals and, you know, being really aggressive.
It was definitely nice coming back home, you know, drew a crowd. Many of the people that followed me in high school and supported me were able to come out and watch me play tonight, and, you know, just being able to come back home and showcase what Maryland's about and just how far I've come overall. It was really cool.
I'm Kinsey DeFurcio. I'm Tierney Furman's sister. Having the whole section be for Tierney was awesome. We came into town yesterday to celebrate her 21st birthday, and the coaches were nice enough to let us take her out to dinner. And then today it was a whole bunch of coordinating to get everybody in and settled and having fun. So it was awesome that she got to play, and she played well when she was in, which was very nice. And just to have a whole bunch of red to outbeat the blue was awesome.
Yeah, you know, we're so fortunate. We have a terrific fan base, and for them to come out on a weeknight and bus in, and it's a luxury. So when you're talking about coming here, you know, it was great to be able to see that sea of red.
I wanted to be close to the bench so that I could yell really loud so she could definitely hear us.
Annette Mahunsky, Tierney's #1 fan and her mother's best friend. The game tonight was awesome. I was screaming. It was a great time to see Tierney here in State College playing against Penn State and beating them. Wonderful.
I think it's awesome that we're in the Big Ten Network now. I know that a lot of the games are far away, so you can't get there in person, but with having all the games on the Big Ten Network, it actually gives the hometown fans a chance to actually be able to watch her play and see people like Melina, who comes around and spends weekends with us. And being here in person, an hour and 15-minute drive is much nicer than 3.5 hours. So the fact that we could have 300 plus people come and support and actually be fans in person was an awesome experience.
We love Tierney's family.
We love Melina.
Tierney's family is the fam.
I'm Kim Furman, and I'm Tierney's mom. And we came to Penn State tonight to watch Tierney play as we try to make as many games as we can that we can get to. And tonight was an awesome time at Penn State, just because we were able to be here, and so many of her fans from Williamsport got to come and watch her play tonight. So that was awesome. And they won, so it was awesome. They got to see a great, great game against Penn State, and the girls did a great job. We play such good team ball, and I think that that was fascinating. And high school basketball is very different from college basketball. It's a much faster game, and I think the fans really got an appreciation being here tonight as to how that game is played in college.
This is Madeline and Clayton. We have raised them. Tierney and I collectively have raised Madeline and Clayton. They're their #1 fans.
Yelling or not?
Tierney taught Clayton how to shoot a layup with his left hand, and now he's the best left-handed basketball player ever.
We gave her a card and a huge hug. A huge hug, yeah.
My favorite part about tonight is that I just love the game of basketball, but I just love to come and see Tierney, because she lives 3.5 hours away. I don't get to see her that much. So it's just great as a mom to come watch her perform and just to see her and give her a hug after the game.
My name is Sean Elbeck. I'm the Director of Recruiting Operations. Yeah, I mean, coming out of high school, I played varsity basketball in high school, and coming into college, you know, I obviously knew for a long time I wasn't going to be playing D1 college basketball. So when I got here, you know, I was basically only really playing pickup at the rec, and so, you know, anything to get back to that like kind of team concept was interesting to me, and just something that I knew, you know, being able to play against high level opponents in an organized manner, you know, because when you go to the rec, you know, everything's kind of all over the place and people are arguing, and a lot of people don't really know how to play the game. But I knew once I heard a scout team, I knew that would be an awesome opportunity to play against very high level competition, as well as, you know, organized good basketball where I'd actually be getting better and be able to learn some stuff.
You know, Sean came from the scout team, and you talk about climbing the ladder, you know, and paying his dues. I mean, to go from scout team to, you know, being in the position he's in now. So he's another guy that's a clear example of if you want it, you have to go get it.
After I graduated, I was kind of figuring everything out at the time. It was a very weird point in time for me, very unsure point of time. But then over the summer, when I started to realize, you know, I was probably headed for a cubicle job. You know, I graduated with a business degree, so I started to try and think, you know, was there something I could do now that, you know, that I have more passion for, that I have more love for. And I just kept coming back to basketball, and just that contact of this whole program here just kept popping up in my head, you know, reach out, see what happens. And I reached out, and Coach Freeze was very generous to give me an opportunity to kind of just, you know, do a whole bunch of different things, and it just kind of went from there, you know. And you know, I feel blessed that they gave me the opportunity, and no way 2 years ago when I graduated, I thought I'd be here right now, so it's really cool.
You know, I mean, I'm not surprised in terms of for Sean how successful he's been able to make that transition. Just one of the hardest working, you know, scout guys that we had. You know, he really wanted to get in the game, had a passion and an interest, and so when he moved over, when we had a position come open, he's really talented. He's got a lot of skills. He can do many things. You know, I think the sky's the limit in terms of whatever field in the game of basketball he wants to go into. He's going to be very successful. So it's just always, you know, awesome to be able to have great people in your program, to be able to continue to add them to the mix that we already have.
Kind of what surprised me now, or that I didn't expect going into it, was the type of relationship I would get out of being a scout guy, because you know, I was just showing up to play basketball, and you know, through that relationship, through the relationships I made, and how everyone in this program is always family oriented, and once they bring you in, you know, they keep you around as long as you keep showing up, and now I'm on staff, so that's kind of cool. It's something I really didn't expect to come out of just wanting to play a couple extra games of basketball a week.
You want to know about Sean Conservative Show? He is a great person. He's awesome. We love him.
Yeah, my favorite part is just the opportunity to be around great people every day. When I really hadn't done too much for them, they kind of were out on a limb for me, and just every day being around that atmosphere, that team atmosphere, both with the girls and on staff. You know, we're all a team, and we're traveling together and playing in big games, and like that's my job. That's part of my job, so that's really cool.